Hi, in this video we are going to talk about trigonometry. So, toi, there is no way we can talk about trigonometry without discussing the expression so, toi. So, toi is something that helps to make trigonometry very simple. So, simply means sine. Most of the time you will see it written as sin, but it's still read as sine. The C in the ka also stands for cosine, but most often you are going to see cos, and the T in the toi stands for tangent, but almost always you see tan. So what does this so toi actually mean? Let's consider a right angled triangle. For it to be a right angled triangle, of course one of the angles should be a right angle. Let's create this angle here and call it alpha. Now we are going to name the three sides of this triangle. The side opposite to the right angle is always called the hypotenuse, H. The side opposite to the angle in question is called opposite, and the side closest or below the angle in question is called adjacent. So means sine of the angle in question is equal to the ratio of the opposite to the adjacent. So if you recall, so means sine is equal to opposite over adjacent. Ka means the cosine of the angle alpha is equal to ka. Ka stands for adjacent over hypotenuse. And toi means the tangent or the tan of the angle in question is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Now, how is this useful? This is very useful in easily finding some special angles. You can easily find the sine, the cos, and the tan of the angles 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 45 degrees without using a calculator, provided you will not forget to draw this triangle. With a right angle here with two angles. Now this angle down here is 60 degrees and the one on top here is 30 degrees. Now this might be the tricky part. Remember, down here has a value of 1, square root 3, and the hypotenuse is 2. Now if you can reproduce this triangle, and obviously remember the expression so toi, then you can easily figure out the value of sine 60. 60 opposite, which is root 3, this opposite to 60, root 3 over hypotenuse, which is 2. So sine 60 has the value 3 over 2. Okay. Now I can fill sine 60 as root 3 over 2. How about let's try cos 30. Cos 30. This cos 30. So use ka. Cos 30 from this triangle is going to be the adjacent. So this is the adjacent to 30, which is root 3, over the opposite, the hypotenuse, which is 2. So cos 30 has the same value as root 3 over 2. As you can see, cos 30 and sine 60 have the same values. This is because they are complementary angles. The sine and the cos of two complementary angles will always have the same value. That means cos 10 will have the same value as sine 70, and so on. It also means 45 will share the same values. But how do we get sine 45 and cos 45? Of course, and unfortunately, we need to draw another triangle. That means there's something else we need to recall. Forty-five on each side, but this side is 1, this side is 1. And from Pythagoras theory, of course, this is an isosceles triangle, so it makes sense that two sides will be equal. We'll have 1 unit each. And from Pythagoras theory, this side should be the square root of 2. If you can recall this triangle, then you can easily tell that sine 45 will have a value of, so it's opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite is 1. This opposite, which is 1, over the hypotenuse, which is square root of 2. The hypotenuse is always equal opposite to the right angle. Or you can just imagine that as the angle looking, or the side looking at the right angle. Let's try cos 45 and see if we are going to get the same value, since we earlier on said that complementary angles will have the same value, and 45 is complementary to 45 because they both add up to 90 degrees. Cos 45, K stands for adjacent, which is 1, over hypotenuse, which is root 2. We have 1 over root 2 here. Also have 1 over root 2 here. Let's try tan, and I'm sure you can figure out the rest of the angles. So let's try tan 30. So tan 30, which is 12 for tan. I'm going to use the triangle that has 30 degrees. Opposite to this angle is 1. So tan 30, the opposite over the adjacent, which is root 3. So tan 30 is 1 over root 3. Okay, you can try out the rest and see if you get it.